Hi, my name is Michael, and this is Edited Memory. As we've moved into the 21st century, it seems like movie trailers are becoming more and more important. They've become an event unto themselves. Sometimes trailers even have their own trailers, telling viewers to get hyped because a new trailer is coming out soon. They've become such an event that if you miss out on one, sometimes you're missing out on a part of the public conversation. I don't watch movie trailers anymore, and the reason is the movie 1917. Before the advent of the internet, access to trailers was limited. There were only two ways to watch them: by physically going to a movie theater, or watching them at home before a movie on VHS. Generally speaking, it was up to the studios to get that trailer in front of as many people as possible. This was augmented by short TV spots that would run in the weeks leading up to the release of a movie in order to remind you that the movie was coming out. The purpose of any of these trailers was to get you interested in the movie, so that you would go see it during that movie's multiple-month run while it was in theaters. Once you were already interested, there wasn't usually a ton of information available. If a movie was big enough, you would get some articles in various magazines, but your average viewer was more likely to never see anything except the TV spots, and to check the reviews in a newspaper when it was released in theaters. There was no way to seek out information, let alone have it crammed down your throat the way it is today. The internet changed that. Very quickly we saw fan sites popping up which were dedicated to new movies. As cable internet came around and connection speeds increased, we started seeing websites dedicated to hosting trailers. Eventually we got YouTube, and now not only have trailers become ubiquitous, but additional information on a movie beyond the trailers is virtually inescapable. If you're on social media, you can guarantee people will be sharing whatever the hottest news is. Information that, on a level that merely a decade or two before would have been unthinkable, is now common to virtually every film. As information on movies becomes more readily available, I think what we're actually seeing is the trailer industry struggling to remain relevant. Let's be honest, with mainstream movies, how many of us are actually deciding whether or not to see it based on the trailer? Who watched 20 Marvel movies and then went, "Oh, I don't know about that Avengers Endgame, though"? Who heard they're coming out with a new Batman movie and said, I'll wait to see if the trailer is any good"? I don't think it's realistic that there's a mass consumer market out there just waiting to decide whether these movies should be seen or not based on the trailer. That's why trailers have become such an event. The trailer is no longer about actually getting people interested in your movie. It's about building hype. It's about creating a ravenous fan base that can go out and spread your message. What? You aren't excited about Star Wars Episode 20, A Jedi's Last Hope? What's wrong with you? If you don't go see it, you'll be missing out and won't fit in with the cool kids. Nobody is making that decision based on the trailer, but they'll be making it based on that FOMO. That feeling of missing out that drives humans to do some pretty stupid things. And as trailers have become more and more of an event, merely skipping over the trailer now gives you FOMO. My own friends, who I've told numerous times that I don't watch the movie trailers for movies if I already know I'm going to see them, still ask me the same question every time I see them. Did you watch that trailer for Godzilla vs. the Sandworms of Dune? You are missing out by not watching the trailer. You're cutting off a line of conversation with your friends. even if you can fill it in with other things, it's still something that creates a barrier in the discussion. As this hype train has evolved, it's no longer enough to have a trailer. Now you have to have multiple trailers and teasers for the trailers, and trailers for the teasers for the trailers. Frankly, I find it just absolutely exhausting. Between all our forms of entertainment, we've reached this peak where we're supposed to constantly be hyped about something, and I'm burned out on hype. Trailers also often differentiate between a teaser and a trailer, and I'm afraid I just don't see the difference. If a teaser was something that didn't contain plot points or footage directly from the movie, I would understand. But a lot of teasers feature important plot elements, dialogue, and even spoilers for the movie. So why differentiate? And more importantly in my eyes, if you're watching, why correct other people when they call it a trailer instead of a teaser? I'm just venting out my own frustrations at this point, but it's something that doesn't make any sense to me. The very existence of trailers for a trailer is so bizarre, I don't really know what to do with it. I understand it as a function of this hype machine that corporations are building, but I don't really understand why we so infrequently question it. It's a bizarre prospect. The point of a movie trailer is to get you interested or excited to watch a movie. So the point of a trailer for a movie trailer is to get you excited to be excited to watch a movie. Everything up to this point is to set up my own personal state of mind. In my lifetime, trailers have gone from uncommon to us being inundated with them constantly. Both movies and video games are demanding for us to be constantly hyped for the next big thing, no matter how many times that next big thing lets us down. So now we're going to talk about what pushed me over the edge into not watching trailers. Spoilers. The next few minutes here are going to contain spoilers for individual movies. I'll highlight each movie beforehand with the title and include a timestamp if you don't want spoilers for that movie. However, nothing I'll be talking about isn't a spoiler that isn't included in the trailer. So I guess I don't even need to include that spoiler warning, right? Before I had even really started thinking about these things, the fourth Terminator movie showed me what a danger trailers can be. I didn't necessarily have the highest hopes for the movie, but the very first trailer showed the main character as a human turned into a machine, meeting John Connor, and I thought, man, this could actually be interesting. But then the movie happens, and it's very clear the director didn't want the audience to know that Sam Worthington's character was a machine. It doesn't happen until more than halfway through the movie, and there's dramatic music playing when it's shown. How much different would everything have played out if that had been a surprise like the director wanted? The trailer for Iron Man 2 showed this awesome fight scene where Iron Man and War Machine are taking on a horde of enemies in what looks like a last stand. As I watched the movie, I was thinking, oh, this is a little bizarre, but at least we have that last stand fight to look forward to. And then it happens. And it's the scene from the trailer. That's it. That's almost 100% of the entirety of it. The only thing missing is the final move, an Iron Man power that instantly kills all of the enemies. The Deus Ex in Iron Man's Machina. If the rest of the movie wasn't disappointing enough, that drove it down dramatically. Over the remainder of the 2010s, my frustration with trailers built. More and more movies were spoiled by the trailer, and then finally Thor Ragnarok is the movie that broke me. The trailer for this movie, featuring Immigrant Song by Led Zeppelin, is amazing. I know people love the movie, but the trailer will always be better in my mind, except for one thing. It pauses near the end to show the Hulk. It cuts off the music and kills the pacing of the trailer in order to make a joke that spoils the movie. A joke it didn't really need, because we've already understood that the movie is more tongue-in-cheek than the past movies at this point. Nobody is going to go see the movie because it has the Hulk in it. It ruins not just a great reveal within the movie, but a great trailer. Upon seeing the movie is, I think, when I decided to start avoiding movie trailers. The namesake of this video was chosen because it's probably the most egregious example. This was after my commitment to avoid movie trailers, so I'm not really sure what possessed me to watch it anyways. But it's a powerful reminder of why I should be avoiding them. The highlight of the trailer is the shot of the lead actor running parallel to the front, while troops are running past him and explosions are going off. When I saw the movie in theaters, I knew the shot was coming up, and I knew the actor was alone for it. I watched the whole movie, still enjoying it, but the entire time in the back of my mind I was thinking, when is that going to happen? And why wasn't the other guy in that shot? Of course, it's the climax of the film, and it happens after the other character dies. That lessens the impact of the movie overall on me. As much as I like the movie, I'll now always have to wonder if I wouldn't love it more if I hadn't known that that was coming from the start. If you've been paying close attention, you've probably noticed that I started this video with a little bit of a lie. I said I don't watch movie trailers anymore, which is only a half-truth. I avoid trailers as much as possible, but sometimes they are unavoidable. If you go see something in a theater, you're kind of forced to sit there and watch the trailers. However, I absolutely am one to sit there with his hands over his ears, humming a tune, so I don't hear the trailer. But I also watch trailers if it's a movie I haven't decided if I want to see or not. To be honest, this is still often a poor choice. It still leads to me knowing way more about a movie than I really want to. I don't really have a solution here. Sometimes I think trailers are necessary. I wish the people making them did a better job of hiding actual spoilers. But that doesn't always happen. And the point of a trailer isn't to avoid spoilers. The point is to get your attention at all costs, and get you to pay money to see their product. I wish more people would take an attitude similar to my own on this issue. If you know you're going to watch a movie, then why are you watching its trailer? They've caught us in this loop because we've let them. If none of us watched this trailer for the movie that we're all going to see, then there would be no FOMO. but trying to convince people not to practice self-destructive behavior has never really been my strong suit. So instead, I'm stuck with this permanent feeling of missing out. I can either cave, ruin my enjoyment of certain movies, and also be disappointed with myself in the process, or I can just deal with the social ramifications of ignoring movie trailers. It may not sound like such a huge sacrifice, but trust me when I say that some people really want to talk about a movie trailer. And when you don't want to, it can completely kill the momentum of a conversation. But I promise you, movies are better the less you know going into them. Maybe it's the shock of seeing something new. Maybe it's just the result of your own high expectations. Hell, maybe it's just straight up ignorance, because the movie is going too fast for you to stop and think, and once you do, you'll realize how stupid it was. But whatever the case, I can guarantee you, for most movies, you will enjoy that 90 to 120 minutes better if you skip over the trailer. So the next time you see a trailer drop for the Edgar Wright cut of Ant-Man, do yourself a favor and don't watch it. Hey everybody, thanks so much for watching. Obviously this was a bit different from the last video. Since I wasn't talking about anything directly for most of it, I didn't have footage prepared and had to rely on a lot of stock footage. I don't think I'll be doing that again, but hopefully it turned out alright just this once. If you did like this, please hit that like button and please subscribe. I plan on releasing approximately one video every month where I try to find a topic that nobody else online seems to be talking about. If you have any suggestions for topics or on my videos as a whole, please leave a comment. Thank you once again. I'm Michael, and this was Edited Memory.